Okay, what's up? My name is Ben. I am currently a student studying computer science in Sydney. I used to go to this school called LSE in London, where I studied finance, and I dropped out of that shit like last year. And so, why did I drop out? I dropped out because I felt as though like finance has no future, corporate in itself has no future, and I want to pursue like doing my own thing, doing projects, making some internet money type shit. Prior to all this, I used to think internet money was a scam. I used to think it was a fucking joke. Like all my friends who got straight C's, straight D's will be doing this kind of like internet money bullshit. But I soon realized that it's real, and nowadays it has become like it's up and rising. You probably have seen people like Rayston or people like Brez or people like TJR, like these people got to where they are via internet money. Roy Lee is another one, although his one is a little bit more formal. It's an actual VC backed startup. But everything that he does, the product that he sells, it's all software. It's all on the internet. There's no physical shit that you're dealing with. There's no, long term inventory. There's no dealing with anything. The only thing physical you need is a Mac. Is this MacBook. Um, you know, this is the only physical thing you need. And if you want to do like personal branding, like what I'm doing right now, you just need what, like a tripod, your phone, and a mic. That's it. That's really all you need, bruh. Okay, you know what? Let me just get straight to the point and show you guys what I have been doing. Disclaimer before I actually go in depth. I am currently a broke student hustling. Okay, I'm no Brez, I'm no Roy Lee, I am no TJR. Okay, like I have made approximately so far in my career, and I'm 20 by the way. I have made negative like $700. Okay, majority of that is because I tried. I'm in the midst of running Facebook ads, Meta ads, so Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook. You know, obviously like that ain't going well. So this is not some kind of like course. This is just like if you care enough, to have someone by your side. Cause I know there's a lot of people hustling out there who are just like me. Like not making $500,000 a month, but are in the midst of it, are in the process of it. I just want you to know, bro. Um, fuck, bruh. This shit ain't easy. Okay. Also, for people watching this video thinking like, damn, like this guy really must have fell off hard. Like this guy probably like, he probably failed his fucking high school or whatever, and that's why he's doing this shit. Well, let me tell you something, okay? Just for a little bit more context before I actually get into this shit. Um, I got straight A stars in high school. I got straight A stars in my A levels, college. I got all first class honors when I was in LSE. But I dropped out intentionally out of my own free will because, bruh, in life you gotta really think about like what you want to do, right? Like you have to think about where you are, your current, like do some position analysis on your life and where you currently are and where you want to be. Let's say I'm here. I want to be I want to be able to make some money quick, not just, you know, a one-time off income. Okay, you know what? Let's not go into that. But whoever's watching this video right now, I hope you resonate with me. Oh yeah, I was talking about position analysis. You do some position analysis. Are you actually like if you are to keep going down this rabbit hole that you're currently in, going down this route that you are currently in, are you actually going to achieve your goal? When I was in LSE, like that was not happening. Even if I got Goldman Sachs, which is obviously unlikely and best case scenario, I was not going to be rich by 23. I was not going to be able to retire by 25, which is what I planned to do. That was my dream. That was my goal in life. I want to be able to enjoy my 20s with my family and help my family fast in regards to financial support. Um, being in corporate, you are earning a salary. You have a upper limit. You have a ceiling, and that just wasn't gonna cut it. That just wasn't gonna allow me to reach where I wanted to reach. And so like I was walking forward, but my goal was behind me. I was never gonna reach my goal. So you really gotta like think about like the route, take the optimal route, and that is the route that is going to actually have a chance of achieving your goals and dreams. In this case, it is internet money. So yes, let me begin now. I'm so sorry for that. Okay, so let's get into this. My first form of internet money project that I have been working on is this application called WhatsGen.app. So let's see. Basically, it is a mobile application made with Swift UI and Supabase for the backend database and authentication, and with revenue cat for payments. It's a pretty simple stack. Basically, what it is let me on some sound. That should be sound. Oh, okay. Basically, what it is, it's an iOS app where you can chat and practice your chatting, texting, conversational skills with AI chatbots that have been programmed to be very humanly realistic. And there are 4 modes. There's a social category where just for you to practice your friendship texting skills. Because some people I know have hella social anxiety even via texting, so you can practice with a bot. Because they're programmed to be hyper realistic. Second is dating risk to test your game, test your risk. Professional mode, because when you text your boss and whatnot, I've heard like it is pretty different. You have that kind of formal attitude that you must kind of present yourself well. So yeah, and then there's language practice. Instead of flashcards, you actually talk with someone. Because what I thought was, damn, like, how about you just like practice talking with someone via text? A lot of the times, because I'm in Sydney right now, there are a lot of people from China here, right? My Chinese, I'm good at conversational Chinese, but my texting Chinese is ass. So when they text me in Chinese, they'll kind of mix Chinese and English together, and I'm not sure how to reply. And I'm not sure like if the words that I'm using are correct in that specific conversational context. Because it's like, you may have the right word, but like, when you text someone with that word, it's different, like, the words that you use to text and the words that you use to converse physically, like, in real life, you don't use the same words even if you're trying to say the same thing. If you know, you know, okay? I don't know, okay? This was just like a random idea that I had. Obviously, the conventional way to make a bootstrapped application that actually succeeds is just to clone. Cloning has been the optimal strategy, and I was always like a big advocate of cloning, because when you want to look for an idea within the ideation phase, you want to like you want to first ensure that it is a problem, a very big global problem that people actually want to be solved. And how do you verify that? If people are paying for it already. And also if people are paying for another competitor software subscription that is supposed to act as a solution to this initial problem, and people are paying for that solution, that means not only does this prove, number one, that this problem is actually a global pain point that people want to be solved because people are literally paying for it to be solved, and number two, this competitor software or app is an effective solution that actually effectively solves that problem. So you not only found the fact, like verify the fact that this problem is a big fucking problem and people want to solve this. And number two, you found a solution. You found something that actually solves it well. Because sometimes you may think, okay, this is a problem. I've crafted out this solution, this application, but you cannot actually like. It's very hard to verify that this solution that you've built actually solves a problem properly. You don't know whether people are actually going to be willing to pay for your thing and whether your thing actually solves that problem. But if a lot of people are already buying someone else's solution, it means this solution actually solves a problem. And so you just clone it. You literally take the core essence of it because it works. It actually solves this problem, right? So you take like most of it and you tweak some parts, or even if you don't tweak anything, you localize it to some adjacent niche. That means like if for example this solution is for healthcare, but this problem is not just like this problem doesn't extend only to healthcare. Let's say this problem also extends to education or something. Then you just take this same exact solution, you take it in Seoul and then you just localize it and you tweak it for education instead of for healthcare. You understand what I mean? That's usually how people do it. Like that is like a guaranteed 99% way that if you do it well, like, and you also, if there's some other competitor app that's popping, usually they're popping because their distribution is popping. So you literally just like copy their distribution, viral formatting, their TikToks, their Instagrams, whatever they're doing, right? You just copy that viral formatting because it works. And you just tweak it again, like localize it to your niche, to your new adjacent niche. And bang, 10K MRR. But obviously what I've done here is different. Like this is not a copy, this is a fresh concept. Usually fresh concepts are gonna turn out horribly and it's not gonna work. But I don't know, like I believed in it so much 2 weeks ago. So I just did it. I just made it. Let me show you something else. This is the app, by the way. It's in TestFlight right now. As you can see, like I've had 33 archives of it. You know why? Because the main problem with this app, and why it's probably gonna fail now at least, is the fact that the core models powering the back end of the AI chatbots, the underlying models behind them, I have made it all on device. So they're open source local models, and the one that I'm using currently is one called Qwen. Qwen is from Qwen, but I'm using the 1.7 billion parameters model, which is not a lot. Like the top end frontier models are using like trillions, and so like the performance is not as good. Like in my first few archives, I was using Grok, cause Grok can actually, like it's the most emotionally able. It's the most emotionally intelligent. So like for the Rizzy ones, it's very good at raising back, and also it's less restrictive. Like the other ones are hyper restrictive. Like even like a slight point of risk, it will not be willing to do because it sees it as being graphic. And so, but Grok is expensive, and the users will have to pay a lot. The context just gets larger and larger and larger, and it costs more tokens and tokens and tokens as the conversation history gets larger and larger and larger, and it just gets so expensive, bruh. Cause like, especially as like a like those whale power users, let's say they have like, they use this app the entire day. I'm gonna go into bankruptcy, so it's just unsustainable. So I had to switch to like an on-device model, and these on-device models are horrible. I've tried to tweak it like 30 times to be better, but it's tough, bruh. But as the open source models get better, it will become better. So this is like a kind of future long-term looking kind of project, okay? So yeah, this is one of my projects that I've yet to launch, and thus have made $0 making. Let's move on. Secondly is ElyxerWealth. ElyxerWealth. Oh, I want to show you guys this later. It's a new idea that I have called Riz PvP. And by the time you're watching this video, it's probably almost gonna be released, and this shit is going to be amazing. This is the newest project in my lineup that has really gotten my heart pumping and with excitement again, because I've lost that excitement for a long time. So yeah, anyways, my second one is digital sales. You know how Alex Hormozi and Iman Ghazi have been talking about digital sales? So this is what I'm doing. Let me show you what goes into this. Let me show you, okay? Let me just move this. By the way, holy fuck. WhatsGen making me depressed so much times. Okay, so as you can see like my current screen, right? This is the amount of hard work that it takes to do this shit, bruh. Okay, you know what? Maybe it's just like I'm a bit messy, but you see, like this is all ElyxerWealth stuff, okay? I'm not trying to steal anybody else's site. So let me show you what this is about. Basically, let me just show you my very depressing ads manager for Meta, which is where oh my god, I have to sign in again. Why do I have to sign in again? What is going on, bruh? Okay, wait. Let me show you my account, okay? Oh, and also I've stopped all payments, so it's gonna be all red. Because like I was losing a lot of money on it, just, you know, like I said, being transparent here. I just wanted to really rethink and relearn a bit first. But let me just show you like why. So the first section of this digital sales is obviously the ad creatives, the paid ads, right? Like the ads look like this, and so like these will be distributed like within Facebook, within Instagram, within even WhatsApp. In like it has all sorts of formatting, you know. Yeah, so how it works is I have a bunch of ad sets targeting different types of people. Like for example, this one is targeting self-improvement and hustle. This one is targeting people interested in AI and tech. This one is people interested in entrepreneurship. How does Facebook and Meta know if you're interested in any of these subjects? It's because of cookies. It's because of cookies. There are cookies within their applications, there are cookies within the browser. And cookies are data points, like what you enter. Like, you know how like they always ask for access to your cookies, or like access for you to like allow cookies or whatnot. You're basically allowing them to take all your like data inputs, whatever you search, whatever you like, whatever you post, and stuff like that. So they know like your interests and stuff like that, and usually it's linked, especially if it's under the same overarching company like Meta. So like for example, like if on Instagram you are constantly searching for like creatine, what is creatine? Is creatine good for you? Am I going to die if I eat creatine? And things like that. It will know that you have interest in creatine, and so like in Facebook, like it will show you more creatine based content, or even ads, like all the ads will be about creatine all of a sudden because of the cookies. So yeah, basically how it works, let me just show you. Like I have a bunch of creatives like this. You can have single image creatives, you can have like carousels and whatnot like this, where it's like they swipe and stuff, right? And yeah, and then once they click on it, it will bring you to this site. Boom! ElyxerWealth. This is my sales page. Sales page in itself, basically the overarching concept is that you want to conversion optimize. You want to make sure that you have a very high proportion of people who, first of all, are clicking on your ad creative, then going to your website, going to your first page or the sales page funnel, and then hopefully like they buy, hopefully they scroll a bit and whatnot, and then read the stuff. Like these are all data inputs that you can collect. Hopefully boom, hopefully they add the add-on bundle. You want to kind of value max as well. Like also these are actual like PDFs. They're all like 50 pages long. You don't want to be a scammer. There are people who scam, but don't be a scammer. Actually like have good output. Let me just show you. I don't know, let me just show you one, for example. I'll just randomly pick one. Like it's actually, you want to actually have good content, you know. You don't want to sell bullshit. But yeah, how it works is the user will come here, they'll buy locally, and then after this page, right, there's actually another page. Basically this is called the initial front-end acquisition offer. That's a long word, I know, people love to use buzzwords in every single industry. When I was in LSE, when I was in finance, bro, for the easiest concept, they will have a buzzword. I don't know why. Same in tech. Same in digital sales. Okay. What that means basically is like, you want your first offer, your first page to like be very worth it, so that there's a very high chance that the user will buy. Because once the user gets past this page, they are now no longer a code. That means code is like they haven't actually like bought anything. You don't know if they're interested, they may not well be. But people who have bought the first page and went past the first page, you know that they're interested. It's like a guarantee that they are interested because they've bought something from you already. So they are pretty warm audience now. And people who are warm because of sunk cost bias, once they have bought something, they are very much willing to, like, they are much more likely to buy another thing from you because they've already committed some capital. Like they've already used money on you. So they are like, damn bruh, since I've already bought, I might as well go all the way. You know, like that saying is very common. So yeah, boom, they get past this page. There'll be another page which is like this is called an order bump, by the way. You kind of want to value max again, so it looks so worth it. Then I'll just add it because it's just one click, you know.
Right now, today,
also, like when I was doing this initially, right, I didn't want to put my face out there. So like I created this avatar. His name is Mr. Kai Robinson. I showed my friend and she said it was very scary looking. Do you think it's scary looking? And like she said I probably should change it. I probably have no sales because like he's too scary looking. But yeah, after this page there's another page called the upsell. Usually there are 3
A
upsells.
specific problem.
For the first upsell, because what you sell in the first page, you tell them how to do it,
Single follow.
right? But it's gonna take a long time.
This takes months of preparation.
In the second upsell,
Get used to.
or the next page, you want to speed up that process. Obviously, you don't have to speed it up. Obviously, like some people are not gonna have like you don't need. It's not a necessity, but some people like that, like to speed it up, right? So you want to offer that for those type of people. You sell workflows to speed it up.
That you need expertise, that you need an audience, and that you need months of time.
You sell like challenges, like speed maxing it.
Let me tell you how I figured this out. I'm not some.
And you can do that for like
I'm young.
the next 3 upsells basically. The next 3 upsells basically, yeah. Some people have a very high ticket, because these are all low ticket sales, right? It's not like it's $1,000. If you want to offer high ticket, those are usually custom solutions, so you have to like be in it, you know.
So I started studying, not guru courses.
But you don't have
studying
to.
the products.
Also, let me show you why I use to make all
I
this.
analyzed what was selling on Gumroad,
Let me mute
Teachable,
that.
Standstill, and Watt. I looked at price.
Poppy AI. So this is what I use to This is what I use to write my copywriting and my scripts, and like every word that you just saw on that sales page, it doesn't sound AI. It doesn't sound like it's like some bullshit. It sounds like it's legit. Like someone actually put a lot of time, and like it really gets you hooked and want to buy, because it really makes you feel understood. And you can manufacture that. Let me show you. Like, there are a lot of marketing psychology best practices that you can use. All of these are basically just like PDFs worth of like information, just really helping the AI context manage and feed it the best possible initial base knowledge that you want it to have. So because AI is based on the whole web, the whole knowledge base of the world. So you want to specialize, you want to make it specialized, so you want to give it specialized information, and you do that via giving it very detailed documents on best practices of like marketing psychology, of like 6 cognitive biases, and how to really engage the users via scientific psychology. Let me continue. This is the second one. The third one is I use my OpenClaw on Hermes agent. You should know what that is. If you do not, let me just explain it real quick. Basically, like 90% of the world think of AI as just ChatGPT, but they are wrong. It is not just ChatGPT. ChatGPT, I don't even use anything from OpenAI nowadays. Very rarely, especially ChatGPT. It's just a chatbot. You ask something, it spits you. It has the entire knowledge base of the world, so it knows everything and anything, so you can ask it stuff and it will give you the knowledge. But what OpenClaw and Hermes are, they are agents. So not only do they have the entire knowledge base of the world, they have hands. They now have hands. That's why OpenClaw. You feel me? It's not just a brain anymore, they actually have hands. So what does that mean? That means they can now utilize other softwares, other tools. So they can actually do stuff for you. Instead of just spitting stuff out to you back in regards to like text-based knowledge, they can actually now take action. You want them to send an email, they can send an email for you. You want them to book a flight for you, they can book a flight for you. You want them to... Oh my god. Hold up. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, so basically they just have hands. Okay, so they can do stuff for you. So let me just show you an example. Kai right here is my Hermes agent. I've moved away from OpenClaw because I found that it was ass. Despite it being so widely known and is the most popular, biggest GitHub project in the world right now. open source, but it was just bad. You know, like it wasn't as proficient as Cloud Code. I'm not sure why. Because how it works is you have like an underlying model, and then you have like a wrapper. You have this kind of this vessel. There's a term for it. Again, I forgot the buzzword. Harness. They have this harness, and the harness really controls the capability of the underlying model. If the harness is there's too much going on, and OpenClaw had way too much going on, and so like it really like diluted the ability of the model. The third thing that we're doing is something called AI OFM. If you know it, you know that it's degenerate. You know that it's the most. Damn, it is. The way that you make money is through exploiting very down bad men who are willing to pay to talk to a girl. Usually the ideal customer profile is not even young teens who you may think have the highest libido, but it's actually because teens are broke, don't got the money to spend like that. You are actually targeting those old men who are very lonely but very rich, or not very rich but they have the money, and they are also very AI unaware, because young teens, they are very AI aware. They can, even via image generation, the best frontier models, you can still tell if you have a good eye for it. But those older people who are not so AI aware, like they can't tell. So yeah. And even if they can tell, they don't care. Because in their minds, like, I don't know, okay, but this is like a very psychology intensive, exploitative industry, okay? Even in your like fan view, because fan view is the only kind of like platform that allows for AI based personas to actually like, you know, act as like real people, kind of. You have to state that you are AI, but they allow for it, which OnlyFans doesn't. And yeah, so let me just walk you through, okay? So damn, I am going to be moving away from this though, because like this shit is hella tough. Like, let me explain to you. Basically what they do is okay, let me just teach you something first, guys. Within AI there are 3 sections. The first section is graphic generation. So image generation, video generation, even audio generation, like all sorts of, all graphical forms, including audio as well. There are a lot of these platforms like Higgsfield, probably heard, WaveSpeed, Nano Banana Pro, like from the Google website itself, like they can all generate good quality stuff already. But yeah, so you first generate everything. Sometimes they'll train a LoRa. Okay, you know what? Let's not get too technical, because nowadays you don't even need a fucking LoRa. All you need is fucking like just go into these websites. It's very intuitive. You just generate a bunch of them, and then you have to use OpenClaw or an agent that can automate the social media posting, because a lot of platforms that can automate posting for you. For example, Blotato is one. Metricool is another one. Wait. They can automate the posting for you. All the traffic from there, from social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok and X and Threads, they will all go to FanView. And you need a sub-agent, which is another agent basically, that is always running 24/7. And you can set this all up like on a VPS, a virtual private server. That means like you OpenClaw your agent, which can spawn more agents, can all live in this server, Google's warehouse, that will never turn off. obviously you can run it on your own laptop, but sometimes you close your laptop, right? When you close your laptop stops running, obviously. So when they all just die, their operation just stop. But on Google's warehouse, that's always on, like it will always be on. So they will never die, they will always be alive and well and running. So yeah, you then need another agent. You then need another agent to be living within FanView who will be in charge of the DMs. The DMs is where you make 90% of the money, right? They buy it because they want to talk to someone, right? In that kind of way. Like they buy because of that. They buy because of that connection. So it's all that connection happens all in DMs, obviously, because that's where you talk to the person. And so you need like a agent in there replying 24/7. And apparently FanView supports this, right? Because you need the API for your agent to connect to FanView. It's just like a term API. Don't worry about it. Just know that, bro, you need to connect your agent to the FanView chat. It's that simple, right? So you connect it, boom. But FanView have not been replying to me, even though like they say they allow, but like it ain't working. It ain't working. So yeah, I don't even like. I probably am not gonna continue with this because first of all, this is not wealth generating. You can't sell this. Because the policies that these social media platforms have instilled against like AI deepfakes and AI personas in general, some people don't F with that. So like, who knows? Like maybe next month like they'll ban all AI on their platforms or some shit. Then you're cooked, you know, like so you can't sell it because no one will buy something that may be cooked. People only buy things that are guaranteed, like to make future income. So yeah, you can't. I might just stop all this because it's so degenerate. And being a degenerate is never good. Like it will make you so like lazy and like I just don't F with that, bruh. That ain't in my lifeline. Like that ain't what I want to do. You know. Cause like even in the DMs like there's a strategy, like you gotta think of the optimal DM strategy and how to make them stay longer. Playing with their emotions and whatnot. To make them stay, to make them pay more per session, to make them continue to pay the next day. It's all about that kind of like psychological manipulation to make them keep paying. So yeah, nah, I'm good with that. Jesus. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So we have app development, we have digital sales, and we have AIOFM. Okay. And now we have the fourth one. And you're looking at it. This is the fourth business initiative of online money. That is personal branding. I don't know jack shit about this. All I know is that you have to record yourself, give some value. I know that there are video engagement tricks. Like a hook. You guys probably have seen. Hook. Holy fuck. All over your For You page. But yeah. I don't know, like maybe I'll play around with that. But in my opinion, like just being straight up, giving value, being authentic. People watch for that shit. Like when I think about the videos that I watch all the way through and the ones that I actually like, it is the ones that provide the most value. The ones that have the most authentic insight that actually makes me like, damn, like that really makes me feel like motivated, that really makes me feel like, and to do that you have to be real, in my opinion. I like the more authentic videos that have no like crazy transitions everywhere, like oh my god. Like you know? So yeah. I'm gonna share with you guys because I have no data, because I've never done this. This video that I'm recording is my first video. So I have nothing to share because I haven't seen any data. Wait, actually, I did post one. It was supposed to be a short. Let me show you guys. Hey. Yeah, I posted this a few days ago. I made this like a long time ago, but I didn't post it because I was scared that people were gonna judge me. I went for a very autistic take. Like I tried to make it funny, but I rewatched it recently and I don't think it's funny. But I already made it, so I was like, you know what? Let me just post it. I do not recommend you guys go watch it, cause it will ruin your reputation of me. But I don't want to be defined and bounded by, you know, like there's always times where you're like, hey, I should do something, but then you always think to yourself like, hey, but if I do it, like people are gonna judge me, people are gonna think I'm so weird. Like you're being bounded by other people's perception of you and social judgment, and that is the number one killer of any sort of action taking. And I stand against that. Like people should not be afraid to do things. Trying is not cringe. Trying to make it is not cringe. Like why would that be cringe? So I'm not gonna take it down, even if I think, cause I did put effort into it. Like, and there's no harm in posting. Especially like if you're trying to like actually help people, there's no harm in posting. Even if it gets one view, that one viewer like learns something hopefully from it. There's no harm. Like what downfall is that? People gonna social judgment, but then again like bruh, I ain't about that. I ain't about to let that stop me anymore. So yeah, let's see if this strat works. Otherwise we'll change it up. Next up is a secret project I'm working on. But since it's a secret, I can't share it with you guys yet. But it is a mobile application that I'm going to be making. And hopefully it does well. So yeah, guys, like that's what I'm doing, that's what I've been doing, like you know, like it's not some super flashy $200,000 a month video or anything like that. I'm just showing you guys like what I'm trying. You know, hopefully we can build a community of people who are trying, you know. Cause like, you know, like watching people who have done it and learning from them and their advice is obviously useful, and obviously that is value provision. But in my opinion, watching videos on people who are struggling and them being real and telling you what doesn't work, what they have tried, what doesn't work, what they have tried and what does work, and having someone that is actually growing with you, even remotely via the internet, that really makes it kind of like makes you feel as though like you are not alone in this journey. There are other people who are struggling as well, and we can learn from each other and make it together. There's more than enough capital in this world to make it together, guys. So yeah, I think that's gonna be the end of the video. I feel like it's been a long video, bro. But yeah, if you vibe with me, like hit the subscribe button, help out the channel. If not, it's fine. Thank you.